I feel like some of us are having abnormal connections with pets. The connection is too much, Karigo.
Yeah.
And I'll say this. We've seen celebrities. We have seen people in limelight, big personalities, leaving their wealth and writing their wills to cats.
Yeah.
You've heard about 2 dogs.
Yeah.
Yet we have starving children. You have your relatives. You might say it's an issue of entitlement, and we're not here to say or to dictate who you should do that.
Yeah.
But are we valuing pets more than human beings? And I would like to, while I tend to differ with the Pope in this aspect. One, I do not think that our religious leaders should actually dictate or have a say in how we build our families.
I agree.
Because all of us know what fits us.
Yes.
Economies of scale, do I have the income, maybe it's issues regardless. But I do understand, I would agree with him, that we have taken these issues of people having pets too personal. I see one of my neighbors, and I hope they're not listening to this show today, jogging with a pet all the time. And I'm thinking, like, I don't see you carrying around your child like that. Some of us have taken the relationships and the connections with pets. Now, it is okay if you're in a family because it's like an extension. And I liked what you said. And you gave a story of a couple who, when they got children, they realized, like, hey, our children come first, the pets come second. I can give an example of my family where we have a pet just because baby girl wants it, and there are people who have dogs for security. Those are different cases. But we have people, Karigo, who are not having relationships with men.
I agree.
Who are not having relationships with women, but they have said they have very strong connections and bonds. And as the Pope said, it's not right. It's not culturally acceptable.
You know, you've said that. I've remembered. Okay, first and foremost, let me give you.
You're loving pets than human beings.
Let me give you a few statistics. Those are, those data that was being collected about this whole story of people and pets, and whether, like, for real, is it some form of obsession, or is it genuine, honest, like, I love pets. You know, personally, you could be a pet person, you could not be.
I fear men who like dogs.
Me?
I don't know why. I've told you why. I think that's why she's laughing. I'll share with you guys.
Let me read for you some statistics. So 44% of pet owners create a social media account for their pets. 42% throw them a birthday party. 42% buy their pets clothes or fancy accessories.
I've seen that.
41% of pet owners spend more on a meal for their pets than themselves.
Yes.
40% regularly let their pets sleep in their bed. Now, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 statistics that I personally
was a problem.
I personally do not subscribe for. I'm considering, I'll be honest with you, right now I'm considering getting a pet. But the problem is, as a single babe dating for marriage, I always have people in my house.
Yes.
Some of my friends just don't like cats. I can't have a dog in my house because I live in an apartment. And who will take care of that dog?
No, that is you. I've seen many people who live in apartments and have dogs.
And they work every day.
Yes. I don't know how they manage, but you've seen that.
Yeah.
Yes, but I'll take you back to something you said about a couple who invested their love on a pet.
Yes.
I feel sometimes, and when it comes to relationships, some of us are in it's like a level of escapism.
Yes.
Pardon me for that.
Yes.
We're escaping, or we're running away from something that went wrong. Granted, you got a miscarriage, and it's not something to joke about. And someone will say, why would Barbara? And I can talk with authority because I've had 2 miscarriages. It is not something.
It's not something easy.
But it does not mean that you will divert your love
Yeah.
or channel it. If it's your way for healing, fine.
Yeah.
But it needs to have certain boundaries. And I have told you here the reason why I am very afraid of men who are overly in love with dogs. I have seen a friend of mine who got into a relationship, got married to a man, and this man loved his 2 dogs. And this woman used to tell us, I feel like I'm in competition
with the dogs.
And I was like, initially I thought it was in her head. I was like, but you found this man with dogs. Need security, need all this. Fast forward, Karigo, one of the days this woman came from work.
Yeah.
And she was wondering the way you can be upstairs and you've had your man drive in. And you're like, why is James not coming upstairs? Is it okay? She went down the kitchen and she found the man helping himself. And partaking to reading of the Constitution with the dogs behind the house.
Way.
So when I'm saying we need to have boundaries,
has that problem.
And no, this is why I'm saying we are
Jesus
sleeping with
Christ.
pets. We are petting them. Some of you are kissing them on the mouth, and then you want to go and kiss your partner. Can we be real? There's a relationship that when you realize you're having with your pet, you're crossing boundaries. You can have a pet, but let us be very clear. There has to be certain boundaries. The Pope was just being nice because he's a leader of faith, but he was trying to sugarcoat it and saying it's not right, it's not humanity, it is selfish.
I've seen women, and in the spirit of this conversation, I've seen women, even in Kenya, who choose to keep cats and not a man.
Yes, you've had that.
And they don't date.
And they'll tell you, this cat is so faithful.
Yeah.
This dog, like, and I'm thinking, like, that is an animal.
Watakukujia on day one. But I've seen, and when you are saying this, I know a chick have known for over a decade on the socials. You could be a cat lover. You know, there are people who rescue cats, animals,
and that is acceptable.
You know, there are people who specifically are human beings who they participate in animal rights movement, and I support that, and I acknowledge that, and that's not the conversation. This particular babe, she's a cat woman, but me, I've never seen her with a guy, and she doesn't date, and she's not a bisexual. She's not in LGBTQ nini fraternity, whatever in that thingy. She's like straight, but all her attention has been replaced by these cats. And when you dig deeper, you find out she has issues, unresolved trauma. And I've seen very many women in this city of ours choose to replace the emotional connection with a man with pets. Now my question is this: is it a problem or is it okay? What do you think?
I think it's a problem in our
society. You think so? It's like they're replacing the emotional connection with a man or a woman with now a pet.
Yes. And I'll say this: I was going to the village for Christmas, and now because I'm a grandma to a cat.
By the way, did you take the cat?
So now my daughter Kumbe had even areas. Apparently, I didn't know this cat boarding school. But I've learned a lot of things. There are people, and so I was asking people, where do people take pets? Because it's the first Christmas now, and my help was not there.
Because of COVID.
Yes, and all that. So I was wondering, am I throwing these things? Because and you know I can't do that now. I have a child who's in love with this stuff. And we have one is called Marshmallow, the baby is called Mimi and Pee. So I did not know where all these things are going, and I started finding out from friends that they're called. So we decided to go there, and I saw people paying a lot of money to take cats,
even dogs
and dogs, cat boarding school.
Yes,
and I was like, okay,
it's a biashara.
I don't, not that I'm cheap, and call me cheap if you want. I could not pay. Like I can't do that.
How much was it, baby?
For cats, for the mini ones, they're like 2,000 a night.
Depending
on exactly.
So
me, I'm cheap. I can't afford those things.
Geez.
So one of my neighbors told me they are not going, and they usually love the cats. Their son loved the cats, so they took the cats. But now that place was booked. In fact, they called me, told me, "Can we sell your slot?" What I'm trying to tell you, Karigo, is we're in a society, as much as we do not want to say the truth, people were going on holidays and paying their cats boarding school, yet we have starving children out here. Don't you see we have a problem? We have a problem.
Day one, I promise you.